Hello. Good morning. We'll be starting meditation in just a minute. If you could please silence your cell phones. And it was ringing.
Hey, did you want some jams behind
Yes.
you?
Yes, please.
Hey, man, there's only one of us, and there's only one Paisley.
Okay, if we can start quieting down. If I can get my husband to sit down. Let's just start to relax into our seats. I'm Sandy Kimberly, one of the licensed practitioners here at the center, and it's wonderful to see your faces out there. So if we can just sit back and relax, close your eyes or soften your gaze. Going to slow our breathing down for a count of 6 counts in and 6 counts out. In for a count of 6. And out for a count of 6. And continue. Ernest Holmes, our founder, wrote, "We believe heaven is now. God is now. There will never be a day in eternity better than the day in which you and I are living." Let's contemplate that thought. There will never be a day better than today. We make this day what it is. Let's put some energy behind that thought. Feel energy pouring in through the top of your head. This is the energy from Spirit, from the universe. The energy pours in and continues to pour in. Know this energy as it pours in. Breathe with it. Now, even as the energy continues to pour in, imagine sending the energy out through your heart to someone who makes you feel wonderful. Remember, heaven is now. Spirit is now. Feel this energy as it flows out to someone you love. Now expand this energy. Rather than sending it to one person, send it to everyone in the room and outside of the room, to every person on the planet. And bring your energy back to that one person that makes you feel wonderful. Now bring all the energy back into your body. And imagine you are meditating with every person on the planet who is meditating right now. Heaven is now. We are now. Imagine a huge field, and you are sitting with every person on the planet who is meditating right now. Feel the energy. Smile. We will sit with this energy, this love, for a bit. please begin to come back into the room. Maybe wiggle your fingers and toes. Breathe a little more deeply. And when you're ready, open your eyes. Namaste.
hear right now? My lyrics. Right here, right now, I'm going to make a brand new start. Right here, right now, I'm going to make a change in my heart. Everything I need, I now receive. It's done on me as I believe. Yeah. Okay. I think we got this. If not, I'll just look over to you to sign and help me. It's like karaoke. I can't wait. Oh, do you want me to back you up on that? We got this.
Wherever you are today. A very big thank you to the practitioners, the chefs, the cooks, the volunteers, everyone who put together the delicious, beautiful spaghetti dinner. $750 to $800 was raised last night, all for CSL. The suggestion cards remain in the back of the seat in front of you, and please use them for any suggestions you have about what could be better and what suggestions you have. Tickets for the 2 upcoming concerts here at the center are still on sale. Buy them early, they're going fast, for a discount, and if you don't get them now, you might miss that discount cutoff. Zapapa, I missed it. Zapapa, which is October the 7th. So please get your tickets. And the other one is the 28th of October, and that is Karen Drucker. Today, both of the beloved reverends, Reverend Kath and Reverend Tracy, will be dialoguing during the service, and hopefully you got your questions submitted that you would like addressed. Next Sunday, October the 1st, will be Reverend Kath's last talk and blessing with Reverend Tracy here in the center. A goodbye and a thank you brunch will be celebrated for this historic occasion. I sincerely invite you to be present and enjoy. On Friday, October the 20th, a Worker Bee Appreciation Dinner will be held here from 5:30 until 7:30, and all of those who lovingly put in their time, their talent here at CSLP, along with Spirit, to keep all in perfect order, we will have the dinner or in the appreciation here. Lastly, on October the 8th, Reverend Helen Downey will be our guest speaker. And finally, today is Veryl's 90th birthday. Let's sing happy birthday to her.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear. Happy birthday to you.
After announcing it all month, I finally got it right.
Uh-oh.
And as always, please check your Sunday program for all of the happenings here and the circle meetings. Have a beautiful week. Until next Sunday.
Thank you, Kathleen.
Oh, you want a video?
Oh, we're going to
Let's
do the
it.
video
Because
again?
a lot of people, not only, you know, it's hard to even just pronounce the name, let alone know what they're doing. So it's Zeppopotopus, and they're going to be here on October 7th. They're an amazing Led Zeppelin band. There's a sample. The shipments.
You hurt and abused, telling all of your lies. Run, run, sweet baby, Lord, how they hypnotize. Sweet little baby, I don't know where
Hit
you've
the pause
been.
button on that.
Gonna love you, baby. Here I come again.
On the video, I mean. No? Okay. Oh, there we go. If you know Led Zeppelin, you got to admit that guy's vocals are spot on. It's uncanny. And frankly, I can't understand a word he's saying. But what's great about this particular show, which he's never done before, is before every song, he's going to talk about the lyrics and what the roots, the mystical and spiritual roots of them, because Robert Plant was into a lot of things. Like, I think he was really into J.R.R. Tolkien, for example. And so he'll talk about what he knows about the making of the lyrics and why they are important to him and why they mean stuff to Led Zeppelin fans. And then he'll play the song, so you'll have a clue what's going on, even if you're like, I don't know what he just said right there. So it's going to be a fun show, that's all, right? Oh, thank you. This is a team effort. There you go.
Good morning. I'm Sandy Kimmerly, one of the practitioners here at the center, and it is wonderful to see all of you out there in the audience. Terrific. Good morning. So we'll do, as we practitioners do, we'll do a little praying. Spirit, God, universe, is here, is us. And we connect here and now, all of our days, all of our nights. And what we know is we are one. And as one, we move into this service knowing it's all good. Every person here will get exactly what they need from this service, and will come out knowing the love of Spirit, the joy of this congregation. And I simply let this be. And together we say, and so it is.
That's American Sign Language for stand up, please, I think. And this is a Michael Gott song called Right Here, Right Now. Right here, right now, I'm gonna make a brand new start. Right here, right now, I'm gonna make a change in my heart. Everything I need, I now receive, and it's done unto me as I believe. Right here, right now, where I am. Right here, right now, I'm gonna make a brand new start. Right here, right now, gonna make a change in my heart. Everything I need, I now receive, and it's done unto me as I believe. Right here, right now, where I am. One more time, y'all. Right here, right now, I'm gonna make a brand new start. Right here, right
haven't been here in a while. You're all here. Yeah, it's funny. Y'all arrived at about the same 2-minute interval. Oh, and it's going to get bigger and bigger and better because that's the way it is around here. Good morning. My name is Mel Hirsch. I am one of the 8 professional practitioners that serve this ministry. And as those of you who've been here a while have seen us, and you can see that we are all shapes, sizes, colors, flavors, outlooks, but we are so committed to the service of this community, and that's our ministry. Those are how we turn our lives into a ministry and support you. And one of the ways we support you is in prayer. We are the professional teachers and prayers. And so if you are looking for support, you'll and care to come up at the end of the service, we will sit with you for what we call a 3-minute miracle and get a sense of what's going on and see if we can breathe or speak some spiritual truth into it. And you'll know who it is. After a while, you've been to a few services, who it is that's just going to resonate with you. Also, if you are in a mood for prayer outside, these guys are in the seat back in front of you, unless you're in the front row, and you'll find one. They're prayer requests, and there's a great new table out there where you can put these. And on Monday mornings, the practitioners meet on Zoom. And in complete confidence, we go through these for a week, and you are part of our daily spiritual practice. Let's see. Oh, I need to thank Sandy. That meditation this morning was just awesome, and I'm still smiling from it. And you guys that weren't here, that's all right. There were a lot that were. And you'll get to hear a little bit more of a piece of it later on in the service. And, we're not the only game in town when it comes to spirituality. There's so much of it around the world. And for that reason, we love to honor all of the faith traditions, and there are several. If we did all of them, you'd never get out of the building. So we choose to honor 5 or 6 or 7, and if our candle lighters will come up, we're going to go into that ritual. The Center for Spiritual Living honors all faith traditions. As we light a candle for the world's religions, it's to acknowledge both our multiplicity and our unity.
We light a candle for Christianity based on the teachings of Jesus the Christ, who taught the path of love, forgiveness, and healing by the presence within.
For Islam, the practice of submitting to the will of God is revealed to his prophets, peace be upon them, who taught there's one God, creator of the heaven and the earth.
For Judaism, a community of shared laws, traditions, and family values, which began between the covenant between Abraham and God.
For Buddhism, the middle path that ends suffering and awakens mindfulness and compassion.
For Hinduism, the path of knowledge, action, and devotion.
For the Native American traditions and those who walk the good red road, including the people of the sun that we know here in the Southwest as the Yavapai.
For Baha'i, the path of unity and peace.
For all the goddess traditions, embracing the divine feminine as maiden, mother, and crone, or wisdom keeper.
And for the science of mind, which is the philosophy of life that teaches there is a power for good in the universe, and we can use it.
And now if you will anchor that by joining me and everyone in our affirmation, we are here for God. Our purpose is to express the nature of God as love, abundance, and joy in everything we do. The good we seek for ourselves is what we desire for all people everywhere. And so it is.
Sing this with me. There is only one of us. In your eyes it's me I see. There is only one of us. You are my reflection. There is only one. There is only one of us. In your eyes it's me I see. There is only one of us. You are my reflection. There is only one.
There is only one of us. And I see your faces reflected back at mine. And it's wonderful to see. Ernest Holmes, our founder, wrote, "There is a joy, a beauty. There is a deep, abiding peace. Let's experience it." The present moment is all any of us have. Let's use this moment to be in peace. As you breathe in and out, picture something beautiful. Sink into your beautiful visualization deeply. Feel the peace and joy for a few moments. As you breathe in and out, please make your way back into the room. Namaste.
So our soloist today is a dear friend of mine that I've known for a long, long time. We played in a band together a long, long time ago. Didn't see each other for about 20 years, and then this is what CSL does. Brings me back together with my peeps. This is the one and only Sean Markey.
Thanks for inviting me back. I had reached out to Jackson. I said, I don't want to play the same songs every week. I kind of want to mix it up. So I kind of reached out to him, and he sent me a few suggestions. And this was one of them, a beautiful Peter Mayer song that the only downside is it's such a beautiful song, I'm going to want to play it every week when I come in. So. When I was a boy each week, Sunday we would go to church, pay attention to the priest. He would read the holy word, consecrate the holy bread. Everyone would kneel and bow. Today the only difference is everything is holy now. Everything, everything, everything is holy now. When I was in Sunday school, we would learn about the time Moses split the sea in two, and Jesus made the water wine. And I remember feeling sad, and miracles don't happen still. But now I can't keep track, 'cause everything's a miracle. Everything, everything, everything's a miracle. Wine from water is not so small. In a better magic trick, said anything is here at all. So the challenging thing becomes not to look for miracles, but finding where there isn't one. Holy water was rare at best, barely wet my fingertips. Now I have to hold my breath, swimming in the sea. Used to be a world was half there. Heaven sent a second-rate hand-me-down. Now I walk it with a reverend air. 'Cause everything is holy now. This morning, outside I stood, saw a little red-winged bird. Shine like a burning bush, singing like a scripture verse. Maybe one about my head. Remember when church let out? Things have changed since then. 'Cause everything is holy now. Used to be a word half there, heaven's second-rate hand-me-down. I walk it with a reverent air, 'cause everything is holy now. Used to be a word half there, heaven's second-rate hand-me-down. Now I walk it with a reverent air, 'cause everything is holy now.
Oh, thank you. Look around. Everything is holy now. Well, it's about time. I would say the last few years have been quite a transition in every single life in this room, do you think? So many things. And sometimes it's hard to embrace change. But embrace it we have. It's what got me married to the lady that I'm married to 25 years ago. We met in a class called Embracing Change. And the change always results in going from where we were to where we were next meant to be. And we've been doing that, all of us, every one of us in this room. And so I want to bring out the two agents of change that are empowering that. And yet one more transition. And I saw in the program this morning, it starts out today, Reverend Kath DePalma and Reverend Tracy Herrick. And next week, it starts out Reverend Tracy Herrick and Kath DePalma. And is that cool or what?
That's
so
cool.
Let's welcome them with a wonderful CSLP welcome.
Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. Good
Morning.
To be here with all of you and to be here with Reverend Tracy.
Good morning.
I know that Reverend Tracy has gotten, I don't say grilled, but she has, she has gotten questioned by the search committee, by the board, by the practitioners, by the leadership, and so they want to have a lot of time with her, and the community at large has not had a lot of time. So we thought that maybe we would do a little, she agreed to a few more questions so that you could be privy to what, get to know her a little bit better. So, the thing I just want to preface this with is that we took questions from the audience the last couple of weeks. And so there's a couple questions that did not make the question list. And please do not be alarmed by this. I've already talked to Reverend Tracy about it. They just require a little bit more. They require a talk or a class. So you will be getting more information on your activity. We'll be answering all of your questions.
Yeah.
So, and of course, you can always ask her yourself. So are you ready to get started?
Oh,
I'm just wandering around here. So now it's probably kind of hot. Just so you know. There you go.
Okay. Well, that's better. I felt like I was.
thank you, Jackson. We
Thank
appreciate
you.
that.
That's easier.
I thought he was going to make a speech.
You never know around here.
No.
They're full of surprises.
I was waiting. All
So are
right.
you ready, Reverend Tracy?
I am. I would like to say one thing. That song is one of my absolute favorite songs. And someone sang it at the center that I came from. And I added it to my playlist. And so that it was sung today without any of me saying so is just the evidence of spirit. So thank you so much. So beautiful. It makes me cry. I was trying to try my makeup. So I. So thank
Yes.
you. I just wanted to say thank you. Thank you so much.
Beautiful. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
So can you share one or two of your more significant personal realizations on your spiritual path
Yeah.
with us?
Yeah. That no one's going to do it for me. Like, I had a teacher. His name is Reby. He's passed now. But I was sitting in front of him, and I used to have all kinds of questions for him. And one day he just said, he shared his lessons through stories. So the story isn't so significant as after class, I'm driving home, and I typically go, what did he mean by that? What was he trying to, the point he was trying to make? And so I, always go, okay, Spirit, show me in the way I can receive it. And I was driving to the airport with my husband. I was dropping him off he was going on a work trip. And it dawned on me, there's only one, and this dawning comes to us in particular ways to your particular orientation to life and how you listen to God. It's different for everybody. But also, that there's no one coming to save me was really a big insight for me, that there's no one coming to save me. There's no God that I need to be afraid of, or that I haven't sinned, that I am perfect. In my personality might not be perfect, but the divine perfection of me is always present, and it's up to me to allow it to shine through. And I really call that surrender. So really, that no one's going to come save me, that I need to listen to the voice within, and that it was really scary to the mind, but so personally freeing. It started my journey. Many things started my journey, but that one was a big one. Just had to pull the car over after I dropped the husband off and just wept, because I was always afraid of so many things, and I always thought, this idea, because I was raised Catholic, that this idea that someone was going to come save me, I would say my lack of maturity and spirituality, that comforted me, but there was a time for me to let it go, and that was a big spiritual insight for me. The second one is that when I'm looking at you, I'm looking at me, not me, Tracy, not my personality, but the divinity in you is the divinity in me. And we talk a lot about that using jargon and different things, but when you have the experience of it, the realization of it, you really do, like we said in our leadership meeting yesterday, you really are talking to your own personal deity, whoever you find orientation towards, whether it be Buddha, Allah, Jesus, whatever archetype or whoever you identify with. We should always talk to people like we are talking to them, because you are them in essence, right? Your essence is that divine consciousness. And so that really changed the way I treated myself and others as well.
Thank you. Beautiful.
Is it? Can you hear me? Okay, that's better. Hi, Jackson. Okay. Oh, okay. I love being taken.
This is a good group for that.
So, here we come in. Oh. At least you know this one works.
Thank you. Thank you, Jackson.
There we go.
Yeah.
Is that better? Okay.
We're just getting clear all the
I
time.
know. Look at Spirit
So-
working through Jackson.
So what would you say your favorite spiritual practice is?
My favorite spiritual practice is meditation. Just the stillness. Not necessarily, I feel like, once you kind of garner the idea, or you start to embody the teachings that we have, then you really are in meditation all the time. And you start to notice when you go out, right? Your natural state becomes meditation. And the state that you and we all have lived in kind of takes you out of that. You start to notice that more. So for me, it's really just sitting. I love hummingbirds. I just love hummingbirds. So just sitting and watching nature and just enjoying the stillness and the quietude that comes with that, and then understanding the difference. So really, it's just my way of connecting. Or furthering that connection, I should say, because we're always plugged in. We just,
Right.
Sometimes it's just turned off. We just got to turn the switch back on. Yeah. So
Yeah.
that's my way of turning the switch on and getting out of the mind and into who I truly am.
Getting out of the condition and all the stuff going on.
Yeah, all the worry, fear. It starts to become very uncomfortable as you traverse the path. And you really, the mind really, it's interesting, right? It wants to get out of it, but it runs off of it. So there's always this dual, thing going on. And but what's behind that is the ever-presence, spirit, your essence, and it really is the background of all that we are. So just being is I like that practice, just to be.
It's a good practice, definitely. What do you like to do for fun?
I have a 2-year-old. And he likes monster trucks, and he's always like, Nana, sit, 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 sit. I'm like, Nana's knees cannot get on the floor. And I have this little meditation pillow, and so he's 2, and he picks up this big, heavy, beaded pillow and carries over to his, we transformed our dining room into a playroom. So I sold all my furniture, laid down colored mats, and this was fun for me. So fun for me is, releasing and letting go of things that I've been attached to. And I loved my dining room. I got it just the way I wanted. We got the baby, and I'm like, out you go. That's fun for me, to embrace life as it's coming. Also, I love music. I like to dance. But my favorite thing right now is playing with Luke and making monster truck sounds. And my husband likes to take him to the playground. I decided I don't really like playgrounds, but I like watching him on the playground. So, we just went camping, spent time with family, so that was really nice. It was really nice to spend time with family and not react to family. Like, you've spiritually grown when you can sit with your family and let them all be who they are, and you don't feel less than, you don't feel like the black sheep, you don't feel like the middle child. You just sit and go, that's interesting. So I like to people watch, I like to listen, but really what just brings me joy, truly what brings me joy is bringing joy to other people. That really makes me happy to see other people joyful. Yeah. So, yeah, that's it.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So, will you be teaching classes and study groups?
I hope so. I mean, yes. I love creating a good class. My friend Fish, practitioner Fish, we've created a lot of classes together that we've given over the years, but I think that's the other thing that brings me joy, is seeing other people have insights that they get from their own experience. I don't think the role of a practitioner or a minister is to really teach you anything, but it's to guide you to teach yourself, to have your own insight, and through direct experience. We have to have it through direct experience, otherwise I'm just telling you, about the color red, and you don't really experience the color red. So the answer to that is yes. I'm very much looking forward to it. Credited classes, some of them will be created, some of them, will be ones that, other ministers send me that we borrow, but I'm very, 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 very excited about getting to know everybody and to be in service. I think doing classes is an act of love, because it really does. If you're here for a reason. You don't really end up at a church like this if you're not ready to take something new on. And I am very grateful for the path of my life now that I get to be able to facilitate that in some way, for you to have your own connection and to understand what that connection means to you. Yeah. That's what classes do.
Yeah.
You got to do the work.
Yes.
Work.
And the payoffs are big.
The payoffs
so
are big, yeah.
that keeps you coming.
Yes.
Keeps you going.
And it's challenging, but you start to embrace the challenge, right?
Mm-hmm.
You start to recognize that changing one's orientation or pattern towards life, well, accepting it and then allowing it to change, really allowing yourself to transform and not fighting against it, can be very challenging. So it's nice to have people in a community like this, that we're all going through the same thing at different levels, and that we can reach out to a practitioner or a minister or even a friend that understands what you're going through. So that's what I love about this community, is we're all, doing it some way.
And that is the beauty of these centers for spiritual living.
Yeah.
It's just quite a place. They're just beautiful places for
Beautiful
transformation to happen.
Yeah. No one here is going to tell you what to do. You're right. You just don't. This is what I loved when I walked into Mile High. I'm like, what did I get myself into? And a practitioner, I met a practitioner, and she's like, are you ready for freedom? And I said, freedom? And she goes, yeah, a different kind of freedom than you'll ever experience, out of the idea that somebody needs to tell you where to go, what to do, how to do it. And it took me a long time to stop looking for that. you know, because I realized I was living my life that way, because you're taught that, especially coming from, you know, my background. So that's what I just love, that idea of freedom, your own personal freedom, where you begin to trust your own intuition, your own divine guidance, and that, you know, we're helping you to become in tune with that. And, you know, and then I'm always surprised when people get in tune with that, what comes out of them, you know. I learn from people that are connected and from people that are not. I don't know if you cannot be connected. You probably aren't paying attention to the connection, right? But we're all, there's no one special, right? That's the other thing, is there really isn't anyone special. But what is special to you is how you tune into your higher self. Yeah.
Right.
And that's what we're here to help you do. Yeah, find your freedom and tune in. Yeah, pay attention.
So what would you like to see for this center?
Oh my gosh, a growth
It's a loaded
mindset.
question.
It is a loaded question. I want to see what Spirit wants to see for it, right? That might sound like a little go around, but you know, I'm here because I've been divinely led here. I walked in, met Nancy. My granddaughter was here at a rehab facility. And I was traveling with Fish, and I'm like, let's stop by that center and just kind of see. And the door happened to be open, and Nancy was there, and I was so welcomed. And I knew the minute I walked in, this is where I was supposed to be. Like, I can't explain that to anyone. I've tried to run from it, by the way. I tried to, no, it's too far away. I don't have a house there. I don't know, how is this all going to work? And a little by little, just all the answers and questions fell into place. So once I realized, oh yes, you're supposed to be here, then I had to learn to trust that process, and I trust that process for the unfoldment of the center. So what I would like to see is a growth mindset, moving from, and I don't know that there's a fixed mindset, but I really love the idea of being open to Spirit, a growth mindset, a willingness and allowingness for it to transform into what it wants to be. Community driven. I want you personally to go out and be so filled up with joy that you become magnetic, and then people are like, where'd you get that? And then you're like, well, let me tell you, there's this minister or this center or these practitioners or my friends, and they want to come and be here, and that we grow exponentially with the idea of Spirit and freedom and beingness. So for me, it really is that. It's growth, the spreading of love, community, and the idea that we have something different than everybody else has, and sharing that, right, at a big level.
So this question is kind of related. How do you plan on reaching out to the community so folks can find out how awesome CSLP is?
Yeah. How are you going to plan on it? How are you? How are you going to take that out into the world and tell CSL, tell everybody that our Prescott Center for Spiritual Living is the place to be? I mean, I think electronics these days are phenomenal, you know, making sure that we're up to date with all of our social medias, because that's the type of world we live in. Also, I'm not opposed to, you know, having a Sunday in the park where people want to know what we're doing. Better Business Bureau, you know, I don't think that we necessarily need to go. We've all been there, handing out flyers and trying to make people come do what they don't want to do. No, what we learn here and who we become will be the neon sign for the people that we meet. And then it happens. I've seen it happen where communities grow by the change that you make within yourself. People want to, you know, I would hope that we all go into the week with, you know, ultimately everybody wants to be happy. And that we take our happiness and it shines so bright that it invites other people in, that we really do magnetize this building in such a way that people want to stop by and see it. Like I did that one Saturday morning, and now I'm here.
That life-changing,
Yes.
that thought that you had that you followed through on.
Yes. Right, that you took action on an inspiration, right? And sometimes it might be you're at dinner and somebody asks you a question and Spirit's like nudging you. Like, I don't know if you ever had that little nudge and you're like, fine, I'll say it. And it just, a whole new world opens up just from following the nudge, right? So that's, for me, what I would love to see is, you know, for Spirit to work through us and for us to allow it. Yeah, and have a willingness to answer the call of love.
So this one might have kind of been answered in some of your answers. What are your aspirations for your ministry here?
Oh, I think we kind of
Kind of
answered
covered
that.
it. Maybe more of like, what is your unique, the unique way that you express your ministry?
Well, look at me, darling. I have purple hair. I love humor. And my father is very charismatic, and I recently spent time with him, and I'm like, oh, yeah, that's where I got it from. And my father's very charismatic. So for me, that charisma, and that comes with an embodiment of love and being of support to people who need it. And so my own personal ministry is it's really a hard question to answer, because I think Spirit wants something from me different every day. And so my personal ministry is to tune into that and then to honor it and follow through with it for whatever's in front of me at the moment, right? I don't try to spend planning is important, visioning is important, knowing what you want is important, but holding the high watch that it is already done is really what I want my ministry to stand for. And, and that everybody, that is catchy, and that we have fun. I want to have fun. It's church, right? Or, okay, I say church, but I will say it's just a center, right? We're here to have fun and to be in love and to celebrate our uniquenesses and our life on this planet and our existence. And that's my ministry, is to celebrate that in a fun, unique way where you walk out of here with some shred of wisdom, higher knowledge that makes your life different. Right? So it's not really Tracy's ministry, it's Spirit's ministry, and my job is to listen. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
You're welcome.
What was your path to Science of Mind?
Oh, do we have an hour? No. Okay, so it was a good story. Hazel, I'm gonna ask you for just a few more minutes, and then
Yes.
we'll exit. Okay.
Yes.
I thank you. Thank you for those 2 minutes. So, I have answered this in various ways through our talks, but there was a bookstore, Borders, who was going out of business, and I was not doing so great in my career at the time. And my boss took me, and she's like, let's go buy a book. And I'm like, okay. So I was in Borders, and they were going out of business, and I walked by this, and seriously, the Science of Mind textbook fell on the floor. And I picked it up, and I'm like, I don't need another book about this or that. I'm trying to fix my life. And so I put the book back, and we got to the register, and the lady's like, oh, I saw you looking at that book. And I go, yes. And she's like, I really think you should buy it. I'm like, okay. And so I didn't buy it, though. I went home, and I had a dream about the book. And I dreamt in the book, I was reading it, and so I called my sister and was telling her, she's like, do I need to send you the $10 to buy the book? So I went back, that was a Saturday, I went back on Wednesday, and I started reading the book. And then a customer came into the bank, and she saw the book sitting on my desk, and she said, oh, I think there's a church down the street that, it looks like a spaceship, mile high. And she goes, you should check it out, look at their website. So I looked at their website, and there was the book. And so I went over there, and on a Wednesday to check it out, to make sure this is not a cult or anything, And I met I consider my second mom, Carol. She ran the bookstore, which I later worked in. And she's like, oh, baby, you got to come back on Sunday and bring your tissues. And so I invite some people, the lady that came into the bank, she hooked me up with some people to come with who did not show up. And so I went in anyway and used that whole box of tissues. And it was the first time that I heard how good I was, that I was goodness, and that there was nothing to be ashamed of. And I wept, honestly. And I remember everybody leaving, and I was sitting there, and I was like, I cannot do another church. I cannot just do another church. Please tell me that this is the right church. And I got up, and I walked out, and I don't know if any of you know Psi seminars, but I did Psi seminars, and it had been like 5 years, but there was a gentleman in the back of the church, in the back of the center, and I walked up and I go, I think I know you. And he's like, you do? And I go, yeah, you were like the teacher at basic size seminars. And he was standing there. I'm like, it was so odd. I'm in Colorado. I've lived here 4 years. I've not seen him since. And there he was, standing there. And, you know, he asked me the question, what do you do? And I go, well, I work in banking. No. What do you do? And I was like, I don't know. But I want to wear a purple stole. Who are those people with the purple stoles up? And because, you know, my personality likes to be important. I'm just saying. And so I just followed the path to practitionership. But this is how much I like church. I got up one day and I drove to church and there was no one in the parking lot. And I called my husband and I go, I think they canceled church today. And he goes, Tracy, it's Saturday. I got up and went to church. And that's how much I loved it. And I never looked back. I just never looked back. And I've learned other things. I had a teacher that taught ageless wisdom. I've learned more about non-duality. And it really just, the path opened to so many ways to understand God and spirit. So you don't have to just believe in one thing. You know, you can see God is everything. It's you, right? And so God, as you, will bring you exactly what you need in this incarnation to find, I would say, find your way home. I mean, these words right there, we have to use these words, but sometimes they just don't really mean what we say. But that's how that started it. And then I just kept taking classes. And by the way, I did not have a job. I lost my job. I had no money. And classes at Mile High are really expensive, okay? But spirit always, 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 the money landed in. For everything that I've ever wanted to do in honor of my higher self, the money always was there. It just was always there. And that's my journey. That was a shortened version.
You were always provided for.
Always provided for.
And always will be.
And always will be.
Yes.
Yeah.
So is there one last thing that you'd like to share with us? Any last thing today? I know there will be lots of sharing coming up, but.
I am so deeply grateful. Question. I have makeup on, y'all. I'm so deeply grateful. Spirit, God, life, universe, whatever you want to call it, is so amazing. And I have had quite the journey. And, you know, as you get to know me, I'll share it. I'm very open, very transparent. I believe in open communication and clarity. But that I am sitting here with you is a miracle in it of itself. And I am so grateful that I am with such a loving community. It shows me how I feel about myself, because this is what we do, right? The people that you invite into your lives are a reflection of who you are or who you're becoming, or, you know. And when I look at you and I get to sit here and I passed Sally's tests, it's really a miracle, because I'm kidding.
Sort of.
Sort of. It is truly a miracle, and I am so deeply grateful to be in service to you. And I look forward to growing with you, and I am deeply, deeply grateful, and I wanted to say thank you for inviting me into your family, trusting your hearts and your minds and your bodies and your spiritual journey with whatever I can offer it, and whatever offer God offers through me. And I just want to say thank you. I'm so, so deeply grateful. I can't believe it. I just can't believe it. I keep telling Fish, I'm like, I just cannot believe it. I can't believe this day is here. And then God, you know, hits me over the head and goes, yes, it's here, get to work. But it's really lovely, and in the essence of time, I'll just say I'm filled with gratitude and love. Yeah.
Where's the tissues? They're over there.
I wore waterproof mascara.
The tissues are over there.
I'm
Well, we are grateful for Reverend Tracy having the courage to step into this community. It takes a lot of courage. I'm not being sarcastic here, everyone. I am and I'm not.
We have had some talks. We have had some
Yes,
talks.
we've had some talks. But
Yeah.
anyone, especially a new minister, walking into an already active, thriving center,
Yeah.
that takes a lot of guts and a lot of trust and a lot of love. And I have to end with saying that, you know, all of you in this room and those even that are not here this morning are responsible for demonstrating this beautiful minister. And if I might have that slide, in your new minister sacred covenant prayer that you did every month, and some of you took this very seriously and also did it at home. I know somebody that did it daily.
Wow.
And it said in the middle of it, it says, as I stand in agreement with my beloved community, I see my new minister before me as revealing truth, as love, wholeness, and joy. And here she is. And I am grateful. I am so grateful. The first time that I saw the covenant after the group, the co-creation group, got done with it, I knew right away that those were the perfect words that would describe her. And I kept getting her. It wasn't that I was trying to get a her. I was trying to stay open-minded, but I kept getting her. So anyway, it's been my pleasure to be able to facilitate this grand demonstration. And I could not have done it with all of your endless energy, love, and just everything that you have, your unique gifts. And you'll hear more from me one more time next week. So on
And
that,
it is a demonstration, right? It is a demonstration of your
demonstration.
love and what you called into play. And I do want to say one thing before we go. I just want to thank Tom, the board, the search committee. I mean, I could be president by the questions y'all asked me. But
Of the United States.
Right, of
Yeah.
the United States.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
it really put me in touch with what I wanted, right? It's helped me to spiritually mature to be ready for this seat. And so it seems like it took a long time, but really Spirit works in perfect timing. But Tom believed in me, and I really am deeply grateful to him and Sandy and everybody involved. I joke about it, but it really was a beautiful experience. And I just really want to say thank you to all of you that were a part of that for our community. So I am so happy to be able to say that. So thank you, Tom, and everyone else involved in that selection.
okay. So we'll close our portion of the morning. Just let's take a breath and just feel that deep gratitude that we have for this, for each other, for this grand demonstration, for this beautiful minister, for the growth and expansion and the deepening that has taken place in each and every one of us, including myself in this process. We are just so grateful for life, for God, for Spirit that knows exactly what it's doing with each and every one of us. We just continue to follow its path. The path is lit for us. And we're just so grateful to know that we have this beautiful community where transformation takes place, where friendship and love and just beautiful relationships are formed. This is truly a spiritual home, and we're grateful for it all. We're grateful to be alive. We're grateful for life, for God, Spirit, Source. I know this treatment does its powerful work on behalf of everyone here and beyond, all those lives that are yet to be touched by this beautiful community. Thank you, Spirit, and please say with me, And so it is. Thank you. Thank you.
Now that was an experience, wasn't it?
It was.
And I keep thinking, she's right. We did this. And it was that part of us that let go of that which just wasn't everything we wanted it to be and became open and teachable to where we could receive what we received up to now with you and what we have been given going forward with you. Very cool. And I think I'd better look at my schedule over here because I'm not going to allow us to go way over. And that's a change, isn't it? Do we have something to sing right now, or are we going?
do.
Let's go for it.
Isn't feeling music so cool? And these words anchor the rev it up. Goes like this. Well, love is all I see. Love is all I see. Love is the truth within me. Love is the truth within me. When I get discouraged, thinking that all is lost. When I get discouraged and all is lost, well, love is there, love is there, love is there, love is there, love is all I see, love is all I see. We're just going to say that again. Love is all I see. No, yeah. Love is all I see. Say it one more time. Love is all I see. I meant two more times. Love is all I see. Love is all I see. Last one. Love is all I see.
All I need. What a good lead into a dedication of the offering. Because we all have needs that are spiritual, actual, and that which makes this place run. So I simply ask that service and giving is never sacrifice, but whatever inspires you here, allow yourself to give out of that as the ushers come forward and pass our collection baskets, and be inspired out of the worth that you have already received here, and maybe just a skosh for what you can see is coming. Thanks so much. And I think we have another song.
We do.
Has the collection been taken? Oh, there we are. That's what happens when you're away for a while. Let's join me. Divine love in and through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. Thank you, life. And that's how we ask for it.
And thank you, Sean Markey, for coming up and doing another song. Let me see that mic real quick, please. Make sure it's all on, dude.
There's a reason for the sunshine in the sky. There's a reason that I'm feeling so high. It's the season. Love light shine all around us. Let that feeling grab you deep inside. Send you reeling where your love can't hide. Then go stealing through the moonlit night with your love. Well, let your love flow like a mountain stream. Let your love grow all its dreams. Let your love show, and you know what I mean. It's the season. Yeah, sing along. Let your love fly like a bird on a wing. Let your love shine through all living things. Let your love shine, and you know what I mean. That's the reason. There's a reason for the warm, sweet nights. There's a reason for the candle lights. Must be the season where there's love light shine all around us. So let that wonder take you into space, let you under its loving embrace. Just let the thunder sits warm on your face. You can't hold back. Let your love flow like a mountain stream. Well, let your love grow with the smallest of dreams. Let your love show, and you know what I mean. It's the season. Well, let your love fly like a bird on a wing. Let your love bind you all living things. Let your love shine, and you know what I mean. It's the reason.
And it is the season. So if, where's the coffering? With all the gratitude at our command, we accept these gifts in the name of what we teach and in the name of empowerment not only of our individuals, but of the center and the community as that of this room, this city, this town, this country, moving toward a world that works for everyone. And in deepest gratitude, we simply say, thank you, and so it is. Okay, I believe it is time to bring in the kids. Yeah? Okay. Pardon? I thought I've got visitors nest. Yeah, okay, it's not even here. All right. Take two. If you are just passing through or checking us out, or if you've not been here before, or if you've been gone for a while and want to reacquaint, we invite you to stand, tell us who you are, where you're from, and we have a gift for you. It is, and I have been specifically directed to characterize it this way. It is not from the used bookstore. It is from the books that have been previously enjoyed and wanted to be passed along store. And so see the wonderful folks out there, and that will be our gift to you. So who is here for the first time or returning? Okay, that means that, oh, there we are. Yes, you folks.
Welcome.
Wonderful. May we know your name? Welcome. And are you from here? Terrific. Let us both join in welcoming you.
Welcome. Thank you so much for coming. We appreciate you. Namaste.
Is there anyone else? I think I see a shadow in the background with the light.
Welcome, Tracy. Thank you.
There
We're
is
so
some
honored.
great science of mind in your neighborhood. I know that. Anybody else? Okay, now it is time to invite in the kids, the Children's Association of Awesomeness.
Yes, little spirit bugs. Come on up.
And I am going to hand the mic to Reverend Tracy.
I got it. This is on. You're good. Hey, Seamus, what's up? Woo! All right. Oh, yes, you know what? We do need that because Seamus likes to talk to us.
Hi. So today we talked about our 5 love languages.
Woo!
And we took a test on which one we appreciate the most.
Oh, and what is that, Seamus? Which one?
Mine was like acts of service.
Oh, I
So,
like
yeah.
that. I'm gonna have to take that test. And what's your? Oh no, you don't want to talk? Okay, you don't have to. Oh,
Got
girl.
new boots.
Okay. I need those boots. Okay. Oh, 7. Happy birthday. And she got those awesome boots. What? Those boots need to be in my closet. Okay, I'm just saying. All right, Mr. Seamus, thank you. I appreciate you. All right, let's do this.
Okay.
There you go.
And we have something that's not on the program. So I'm going to invite Tom to come to the stage and take the microphone.
Can we put this? You can't. Okay. Here you go, boss.
Well, what do you think? Did she pass the test today? Well, in that case, we have a letter approved, or a letter of call that the board approved that will will be signing after service.
Yay. It's official.
Reverend Kath? Do you see all these people out here?
Is the microphone on? I'm having trouble hearing.
Do you see all these people out here? You grew this congregation by about 20%, 25% during your time.
Oh, my.
So thank you very
Wow.
much. Next week will be Reverend Kath's maybe last week with us, we don't know. But she will be here during this week, and we want to give her a present from the congregation because she has a favorite store here that she likes to shop at. So I'd like to present this to Reverend Kath from the congregation, and Nancy wants to read what's in the card.
Like I've ever needed this microphone. The front of the card says, "Where there is kindness, there is you." And inside it says, "Thank you so much for being so wonderful." And we added to it, "Dear Reverend Kath, throughout your interim ministry at CSL Prescott, you have uplifted and inspired us with your love, encouragement, compassion, and enlightenment. You have emboldened our congregation to reach beyond through love and principle. Your inspiration has been like silver and gold to us. So we are sending you to the Black Arrow to get something gold and silver to remember us by."
Yeah, oh, that's so lovely.
All I can say is thank you. And hopefully I'll recover enough to be able to talk next week. Thank you so much, really. I will have more to say next week. I gotta recover. Clay said to me, goes, "You're kind of serious today. You're kind of, you look like you're nervous." I said, "Well, there's a lot of emotions that are going on. So I'll get myself together enough to say my few words next week." Thank you all so much. Really, I appreciate it. It's been a pleasure.
So next week we will have a luncheon for Reverend Kath, and I invite you all to bring any cards you want to write personally to her, and we'll say goodbye to her.
Well, just farewell.
Farewell. There you go. I like that.
For now.
Farewell.
See you
for now.
later. There you go.
All right.
All right, we ready? We're singing us out.
Okay, I think let's rise.
Yes.
And this really has special meaning for me this morning, as I think it does for each of you. So let us give it that meaning. Something wonderful has happened through us right now. It's happening through our minds, our bodies, and our affairs. I think it, I believe it, I feel it, I know it, I accept it. Thank you, life.
Yes,